So we can look at it as an example. Okay. We don't see the name. Empty. No teacher's name. Okay, but look at this. We have subject name, integrated science. The topic of this is about hygiene and common disease. Instructional goal or instructional objective of this unit is given YouTube video, different pictures, textbooks, and other necessary materials. Learner will be able to identify cause. Oh, okay, Bloom's taxonomy. What identify belongs to? Which one? Huh? Knowledge, yes. Yes, low level. Remember or comprehension, right? Identify cause, sign, and symptom. Sign and symptom of tinea. Correct? Okay. And implement ways of preventing tinea accurately by using acquired knowledge skills. So I reviewed it. I changed it a little bit. Let's look at it. I changed it a little bit to make sense. The sentence makes sense now. Learner will be able to identify. This is keyword, identify. And then there's 3 things you have to do. 3 things you have to identify here. Causes, signs and symptoms, and implementing ways of preventing it. So learner should be able to do 3 things at the end of the lesson. First, identify cause. How are you going to ask, how are you going to measure or how are you going to assess your students' understanding to check whether they identify the causes? Well, how would you do it? So let me rephrase again. I usually ask this question. How would you test your students' knowledge? How would you test your students whether they can identify the cause or not? Joseph.
Maybe we don't take evaluation.
Yeah, evaluation. How you do evaluation?
Maybe Quizlet.
Quizlet, yes. So ask questions. So what kind of questions? Identify what are the causes of tinea among those options. Very easy, right? The same. Then how would you check whether they can identify implementing ways of preventing tinea? Same. You can give some questions, and then you'll be fine. Okay. All right. So this is good one. But I would say, rather than implementing ways, I would say they are supposed to be identifying proper implementation methods. It's more clear, undeniable. You know, very important principle of when you write an instructional objective, unarguably, unambiguously, no one can challenge. That's how you write objective here. So implementing proper, that's a very important word. Proper implementation methods. Who's going to challenge you? You're talking about method here. Are you following? Okay, very specific and clear, so that no one can challenge. For example, student come to, okay, teacher, the goal was blah, 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 and then you said this, and then your test was wrong, and how can you defend yourself? So make very clear over here. Okay, next. This is what this original lesson plan says. First, I like this. Name of activity, assessing prior knowledge. Oh, sorry. Assessing prior knowledge. I like that. Name of the activity. But that's the teacher activity column, and learner activity column. Is it activity? No. I'm saying this column itself about teacher activity. So don't try to fill every empty spaces. Just fill whenever relevant. You don't need to fill this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learner activity, name of activity, it might be the same. You see, we just create this column to guide you. We don't have to fill everything, okay? But this one, I liked it very much. Okay, name of the activity, assessing prior knowledge. Without these, maybe you can say bullet over here. Maybe you put bullet here. to say this is the title of this activity, to indicate that, right? And then name of the selected ICT tool, Kahoot. That's great. Maybe I can say tool, column, Kahoot, right? Okay, then you don't need this. Just say whenever necessary. You know, we don't need to work on this unnecessarily. Save your time, energy, right? Okay. This is, just pay attention to this. Reason to select the tools. Okay, anybody just give comments on this? It can be improved? Is it great? What do you think? Gilbert.
Thank you. I think the reason to select the Kahoot as an ICT tool, it is because Kahoot motivates, engages, and exposes students to the content. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, these are great. These are great. Yeah, I can see that. But I would say, you know, maybe it can be improved by putting complete sentences. Why? Why do you think you have to put complete sentences for anybody can understand? Why? First, this lesson plan, not just for you. Not just for you. If it is just for you, you don't even need this. You are good teachers already. Why do we have this? Why do we have to spend time to create something like this? Why do we have to do that? Why ICT 4? Again? Connect. Okay, ICT is information, communication, technology. To communicate, you created this. To connect with other teachers. That's why you did this. Then it should be communicable. Like, you have a young, new teacher joined your school. And then he's going to teach what you have taught last year. Because you need to teach other teachers as a master trainer, right? Yeah, it's a plausible scenario. You're going to do that next year. And then he has your lesson plan, and he should be able to, or he or she should be able to repeat what you did. This is for not yourself alone, for other teachers. Second, because you are master trainer, you need to be model. You need to show people samples, good work, so that you can be leader. You can help others. So you need to do a good job here. Maybe you can say, oh, there's too much professor, too much trainer. No, you are a master trainer. What you're going to do will be example for the rest of the teachers in your school, in your community. I'm telling you. People will ask you, okay, you just stop telling me what to do. Show me what you did. You see? You need to create good one. What about here? Learn activity. Referring to the material, learners will demonstrate. I know, they will demonstrate. But is that reason?
No.
Yes. See? This is great. But you don't need to write nice sentences here this much. So, all in all, let me show you the next slides. Okay, this is original. I'm going to change this to this. Okay, just take a look. Name of activity is fine. Name of the selected ICT tool, Kahoot, that's fine. Maybe you can put, some title, section title or bulleted list, that's fine. You say your reason here with a full sentence. I'd like to prepare them for the lesson because Kahoot is useful for checking students' prior knowledge in more, this is keywords, more fun and engaging ways. Yeah, in other words, that means motivation and engagement. Okay, but it's like talking to another person, even to yourself. More fun and engaging way, and this is important, and it is helpful for getting students' attention. This part is for what? Preview, right? Preview. What did I say about preview? It's a preparation. How do you prepare your students? First you need to do is get their attention. Somebody like yourself, right after the lunch, sleepy, huh? And then they may get waken up. How would you do that? Fun, game, right? Kahoot is useful. Helpful for getting students' attention due to its game function and interactivity. Clear. Why you chose this? Yeah, motivation, engage, exposure, we all know. But more specifically, interactivity of Kahoot and game function. It's useful for me to achieve motivation, to achieve engagement with the students. So be more specific. What function you liked about Kahoot to achieve your purpose, your goal here. So that should be reflected in the lesson plan. Then I would say, oh, you had a good work. You did a good job. And then somebody else, some other teachers will be able to do what you did here. Hey, learning activity part, we don't need. Okay, next. Describe how to use selected ICT tool in detail for teachers' activity. For example, step-by-step instruction. Okay, is it step-by-step instruction? This one asks you to describe the procedure, step-by-step. You look at the same word here, step-by-step. Okay, I want you to spell it out. Spell out how to prepare. Spell out how to give the instruction. Spell out what step-by-step means so that the teacher who is looking up to you can follow your footsteps. See? Without your explanation. It should be self-explanatory. Somebody from the other side of the globe, for example, Burundi maybe, some teacher from Burundi, somehow get your lesson plan. Can they do the lesson? Yes. That's right, exactly. Always keep in mind that somebody's have this and try to improve his or her lesson. Help them. Okay? How can you improve this? Anybody? For example, how to prepare Kahoot before starting the class. How to do that, step by step. Anybody?
Thank you. For the first activity.
Just prepare, yes.
Yeah. Now you will start by saying how you prepared the Kahoot. Going to kahoot.com.
Yes.
Signing up.
Sign up, sign in. Or,
Signing up, creating an account.
Yes.
Yes, because
if it's
not have the account.
Great.
You sign up, and then after signing up, you create a quiz, a new quiz. After creating new quiz, you tell the students to go to kahoot.it, and then you start playing.
Okay. Give them a big hand. Isn't that step by step? Go to kahoot.com, sign up, create quiz sets, things like that. Okay, good. Let's take a look how I revised. Before, you see, before, during, after. Before the session, during the session, after the Kahoot is done. Give all this detailed. Prepare Kahoot session with the guiding questions. Okay? That's typo. I have another tip here. Okay, tip, not top. Okay, tip. When you choose questions, okay, let's talk about Tania. Is there any common misconception about Tania? Why it happens? Choose question. Because remember, this is a preview. How to prepare your students, how to raise their curiosity, how to get their attention, how to grab their minds. This is usually what you can do. Choose question carefully with the purpose. using keywords or discussion topic that you're going to address for the next 40 minutes, okay? But that should directly reflect the learning objective. What was the learning objective? Cause of the tinea, sign and symptoms, and implementing methods. So those questions should be about those three objectives. And then it can be guiding questions. So it should be about something that may have different understanding. For example, some people believe tinea because they eat something like, I would say, corn, maize. That's causing tinea. It's not true. I'm saying it. Some kids may be heard of from their parents or uncle, okay? Because you ate frog this morning, you're going to get tinea, something like that. And then you can ask questions like, what are the symptoms? What are the cause of, tinea? And then you have eating frog, eating maize, or talking to your friends who has tinea or something like that, or rubbing your friends who has tinea, or kissing, You see what I mean? Usually misconception is good to start with, okay? Misunderstanding, or totally new. So you can see here, pointing out, okay, here. Usually, those questions, good questions are about common misconception or totally new concept or information. And then they're going to be, what does that talk about? If you do that, picture might be very useful. YouTube video may be useful as well. To try, get their attention. Okay? So before that, when you prepare the KOICA sessions, choose question very carefully. And then you're going to have a good set. Okay? And then display instruction to join the KOICA session to the students. The instructions screen, right? Pin number and join the KOICA, blah, blah, and the music's on. Yeah, something like that. Start the session and proceed. Use a classic mode. Very specific, isn't it? Very specific. It's for individual game mode. And lead the students with the excitement. This is important. You cannot just click the button and then stay static like that. Like indifference. You don't care much about what they're doing. And then they're not going to get excited. You should be excited first. You have to have a smile on your face. You have to go around the class and then cheer them up. That's important. KOICA doesn't make magic. Like I said, ICT tool is not a magic wand. What you do matters as a teacher in class. So this is very good, very important words here. Lead the students with excitement. How? For example, clapping and cheering. Your reaction is very important. If you truly believe you love your students, and you're so happy that they are making progresses, your face is going to tell them. Your face, your gesture will give them clear message that you care, that you like them. That's very important, okay? Good. And after, this is important. Without this doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Always follow-up is more important than what you did before. After. So I specifically said after the game ends, display the result of each question. And then you have to address one by one. Why students have misconception? Where does that misinformation come from? We can lead the discussion. Maybe you can point out some of the students to say something. Why? Why do you think so? Especially when many students got it wrong. That means they have all shared misunderstanding. I don't know much about tinea, but I believe there's some misunderstanding or misconception. Is there any? Anybody can help me? Is there any misunderstanding or common misconception about tinea? Yeah. I don't see anyone here having a tinea here. So it's not common, huh? Then why did that matter? It's in the textbook. Is this so common in a rural area?
In the rural area, that is where we try to find it, and that is why I said it's common. Because of eating some meats like the one of the pork.
Pork.
Yes.
Oh, I like pork.
Which are not well cooked, and you find many people have to eat it.
Oh, that's a true cause. So eating pork that is not cooked well. Ah, anything else? It's infectious disease? Is that also infectious? Okay. Okay, good. So rubbing the tinea can get you infected. Okay, anyway. So misconception is something you can start with. But what you do after the session's over, that's important. Ask students why they chose a particular answer. If many students did not get the correct answer, okay? And then ask them to discuss in group and present this class. Very short period of time. It's not heavy. Then use that student's reaction as a stepping stone to the next session. Just smooth transition. That's important here. Make that smooth transition to the first topic of the day. Okay, let's talk about the symptom first. You have to know, in order for you to discern or differentiate or talk about anything else, you need to know what it is. So let's talk about it first, something like that. So make the smooth transition. Use what you did with the students in the preview as a stepping stone. Okay? Like pointing out why many students made incorrect choices, why a particular topic is important. Then you're stepping in and lead the next step. Maybe, why do we talk? Well, and then you may say, why don't we watch a YouTube video first? Something like that. And then they will be oriented, they'll be ready to receive, ready to watch the YouTube video. You've done the preparation well. This is very simple sample. You can do a lot more than this. Okay. In student side, this is a student activity. Before, activate CADIE in their devices following the instruction given the instructor, you, and displayed on the screen. Yeah. The instruction on the screen and given by you. Simple. Example, enter the PIN and their name. In this case, in this stage, you have to think about nickname or real name. You can decide. You see what I mean? Yes. Usually you use nicknames, right? Because to protect their privacy or, ego, I don't know. But if you think, oh, maybe this time I need them to use their real name, go for it. Okay? During the session, all students answer. This is key. No one left behind. All students. This is something that your fellow teachers should know. All students must answer so that they can be prepared. Something like that. All of the timed questions provided on the screen. Use a class mode, same. Answer teachers' questions and participate in the discussion following teacher's instruction. This may look plain. This doesn't tell you much, but look, they need to participate in discussion. If they don't, what are you going to do? Yeah, you need to go cheer them up. You see what I mean? Students' instruction means this is what you need to see during the class. This is what you need to make sure that happens. So you write down like this in full sentences. So anybody else can see and repeat. Okay, last part. State the related learning objective. This was this is the original one. Look at the checking learners' prior knowledge, linking the previous lesson to the new one, making learners get interested and motivated, engaging learners. Does that? Do any of these items have real learning objective? No. Yes. See? I like this. I like this. Why we do this preview? I like that. This is okay. Great. Take a look. Identify signs and symptoms of tinea. break down those instructional goals to more specific and more manageable ones, 4 of them. Then you will say, okay, maybe I have 1 CAD question per each or something like that. This one's fine. You get that? Be more specific so that your teachers, anybody, for example, young, new, unexperienced teachers can repeat what you do and learn from you. Not by meeting you and getting coached with you, getting coached from you, but looking at your work. That's the purpose. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay, did that help? I hope. Did you look at the time for this one? This is a combined session, I think. So that's why I think it says relevant or appropriate. Let me see. Yes, 80 minutes. Would that be fine? Yeah, would that be enough? Yes, not 40 minutes, 80 minutes. That's it. Thank you very much for bringing that up. Yeah. Class size 30. Oh, I don't know what school is this. Class size 30. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's ideal. What kind of country you're living in? I don't know. 80 minutes. I like that. I like that. And lesson number 1 out of 5. Oh, maybe this unit has a bigger objective, I guess. Unit number 2. And what is this? Year 1 SME? What?
Science, mathematics.
The focus area of the school. Okay. All right. Bosco.
Thank you very much for your addition. We are familiar about this format of lesson plan.
Yes.
And for me, I have a suggestion. Why on your format there is not another column we call cross-cutting issues and general competence?
Oh, cross-cutting
Which
issues. Yes.
is most important for this
Thank you, Bosco. Excellent, excellent. Now we are focusing on ICT enhanced activities. Yeah, we should address that as well, of course. But we are now doing only preview. We have today and tomorrow. We're going to talk about lesson and evaluation today. You're going to work in groups and individually. And later, we're going to find the time to address that. Thank you very much for bringing that up. Thank you very much. Yes. Anyone else? So today, we're going to work on lesson plan by group and individually, pretty much all day. We're going to go around and support you. If you have any questions, you raise your hand. We're going to go and help you. But before you raise your hand, you can ask your teammates, your team members, to get together and to discuss, improve. That's what we need to do today. So tomorrow, we're going to have a good sample lesson plan for everyone. Okay?